Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to TerraSpatial. In this video tutorial, we are going to see how to calculate land surface temperature using Landsat 8 in ArcGIS. So, as you can see here, this is my Landsat 8 imagery. I have extracted the bands out here. You can see here. So, I have downloaded from USGS website. So, the metadata is available in text format. You can see here mtl.txt. Just open it. Inside this we are having the information about the imagery. So now you can see here, this is my band 10 of Landsat 8 imagery. I'm just adding it once again. This is the band 10. So I am performing the land surface temperature using the band 10 of Landsat 8. So we'll be moving to the formula section. So you can see here, for performing the LST using Landsat 8, we need the formula. So this is the first step. The first step is to calculate the TOA, top of atmospheric spectral radiance. So this is the formula for it. So ML. So ML value can be found in the metadata itself. You can see here ML can be found in the MTL file, that is radiance mult band 10. So this is the value. I will be showing you in the metadata file also. So once you have opened the metadata file, just scroll down. Scroll down to the bottom and you can see here group 1 level 1 radiometric rescaling. Under that you can find the radiance mult band 10. So this is the value for ML. Now we can be going back to the ArcGIS, and here you can see the Arc toolbox. We are going to use this Arc toolbox for the analysis. Under that we are going to go to the option spatial analysis tool, and there we will be selecting the map algebra, and we are going to select the raster calculator. We will be performing every analysis with this raster calculator LST. So now we have to multiply it with QCal. So what is QCal? QCal is nothing but the band 10 and we have to add AL. So you can see here AL. It can be also found in the MTL file, and you can see here radiance at band 10. So this is the value. This is the value for it. Once again we are going back to the metadata. So we have already found the ML value. Now just scroll down a bit and you can find the radiance at band 10. Here you can find the AL value. Just copy it. Now we have to put it here, and we have to finally minus it with QI. So QI is nothing but it's a correction value for band 10 of Landsat 8 imagery. So the QI value is 0.29. Just copy the value, and this value is for Landsat 8 image. Now go back to ArcGIS and just paste it here. Once you have pasted there, now we have to select the output folder and output file name, and just give OK in order to start the process. The process has been started. So you can see here the process has been successfully completed. So we have got some values for the TOA. So we have calculated the TOA. So that was the first step. Now we move on to the second step, that is we have to convert TOA to brightness temperature. So this is a temperature which is felt at the satellite sensing, and we'll be furtherly converting the Kelvin to Celsius using this formula. So this is the formula for it, you can see here. So we need to find two values right now. We need to find K1 and K2. So that can be found in the metadata. So you can see here constant band 10, constant band 10. So K1, K2. Okay. Now I'm just showing you in the metadata. Scroll down below, and here you can see level 1 thermal constants. Under that you can find the K1 constant band 10. This is the value. K2 constant band 10. This is the value. So I'm going to copy the value and go back to the ArcGIS. Once again we have to open the raster calculator. And we have to divide it. Once again I'm going back to the formula. You can see here. Now we have to use the log function, and we have to use the K1, and we have to divide it with TOA. So just scroll, you can find the log function here, and after that we have to find the K1 value. So for finding the K1 value, you can just see here K1 constant band 10. So this is the value for it. Just copy it and paste it here. And we are going to divide it with the TOA. So this is TOA, and we are going to go back to the formula to check it once again. So we have to close this bracket and add on 1. And finally we have to minus it with 273.15. So we are just converting it from Kelvin to Celsius. So once we have done it, we have to specify the output folder and name. So it will be BT. BT is nothing but brightness temperature. This is the step 2. Okay, just click on OK for starting the process. So now you can see here the result has arrived. So you can see the values out here. So we have got the brightness temperature. Next is we are going to find out the NDVI. Going back to the formula, now you can see here step 3 is NDVI. This will be useful for emittivity correction. Okay, so this is the formula for NDVI, that is NIR minus red, and that is divided by NIR plus red. So this is the formula. So we have to add band 4 and band 5. So this is the band 4 and this is band 5. So band 4 is nothing but NIR, and band 5 is nothing but NIR, and band 4 is red. I'm just adding the data here. So once I have added the data here, go back to the R toolbox and select the raster calculator. Now we are going to use float function for it. Scroll down, you can see the float function. Now we need to first input the band 5, that is NIR, and we have to subtract it with band 4, that is red, and we have to divide it. Once again use the float function, and now we have to add the band 5, that is NIR, and this time we have to just do the addition. Now add band 4, that is red. So once you have done it, we have to just select the folder and file name. So I'm going to name it NDVI, and I'm going to just give OK in order to begin the process. So you can see here the result is out, and you can see the value ranges of NDVI, high and low. Now we can just change the color composition. And you can see the result. So once it is been done, this is the third step. So now we are going to the fourth step, going back to the formula. So the next step is to calculate the proportion of vegetation, that is PV. So the formula for the proportion of vegetation is NDVI minus NDVI minimum, NDVI maximum, sorry, divided by NDVI maximum minus NDVI minimum. So this is the formula, and you can see here, this is what I am going to use. Once again, go to our toolbox, raster calculator. Now we need to use the square function. Now we have to input the NDVI result, and we have to minus it with the low value. So what is the low value? This is the low value. You can see here. So it will be 0.199451. So this is a value, and we have to divide it. Sorry, once again. Now we have to close this bracket, and now we have to open the bracket once again, and you can see here NDVI maximum minus NDVI minimum, and yeah, I have made a small mistake here. It should be like this. I have added another extra bracket here, so I just removed it. So now this is the formula. So now what we are going to do is NDVI max minus NDVI minimum. So what is the maximum value? Our maximum value is 0.551152. So this is the maximum value, and we are going to minus it with the minimum value, that is 0.199451, and we are going to put the bracket here. So you can see here, I am going to explain another thing. You can see here the low is in negative, having the negative value. The low is having the negative value. So what we are going to do is that you can see here NDVI. So the formula is minus. So you can see here this, the low value is also in negative, and you can see the same thing here. This is in positive, and the formula is negative, and the value, low value, is also negative. So it will be minus minus plus. Same here, minus minus plus. So that will be, you can see here. So what we are going to do is that we are going to convert into plus symbol. So I'm going to remove the minus value. Why I am removing this minus value, that I have explained you. Once again I can explain you. Just see here. So I'm having my NDVI, and the formula says it's minus, minus NDVI minimum. But for me, my minimum value is in negative. So I am just converting it into plus. Same here you can see NDVI maximum minus. Okay. For me, my NDVI minimum is in minus. So I am converting it into plus. So that is minus into minus, minus into minus plus. Okay, that is the concept behind it. If you are having positive value, you can just put on minus here if you are having positive value in your NDVI minimum. Okay, so going back to the ArcGIS, now we have to specify the output file, folder and file name. So this will be PV, that is a proportion of vegetation. So you can see here I have just explained the things here, and I am also putting some reference that you can check. Now just run this. So the result has come out. So you can see here this is the high and this is the low value. So we have calculated the PV. Going back to the formula section once again. So the next step will be calculate land surface emittivity. Okay. So we are going to use the formula. So you can see here 0.0004. This is available in the formula itself, and we have to multiply with the PV, that is previous result, proportion of vegetation, and we have to add it with this value that is also available in the formula itself. So going back to the ArcGIS, once again raster calculator. Now we are going to just copy the value here 0.004 into PV. So you can see here this is PV, that is a proportion of vegetation, and we have to add it with 0.986. So this is the value for it, and you can see here. Now we have to save it as LSE, land surface emittivity, sorry, emissivity. So you can just see here. Now just give OK in order to start the process. So you can see here the result has come out, and we have got the LSE, land surface emittivity, and we have got a few values for it. And going back to the formula section, so our final step is to calculate the land surface temperature. So we need a BT, brightness temperature, NDVI, LSE in order to calculate the land surface temperature. So you can see here this is the formula. I have taken this from this paper. I have already referred it above. I'll be putting it in a separate link. So you can see here this is the formula for calculating the land surface temperature. Raster calculator. Now going back to the formula. So we need to add BT divided by open the bracket 1 plus going back to the formula. You can see here 10.895. So this is a value for emitted radiance. Okay, I have taken it from this paper. You can also refer it. and just copy the value, paste it here, and we need to multiply it with BT. So BT, sorry, with BT, and we have to divide it. Going back to the formula section, so you can see here, this is the value which I have taken from the paper. So you can see the function for it, how the value is provided, that you can see here. So now just copy the value and paste it here and close the bracket, and we have to multiply it with using the log function emissivity, emissivity. Now close the bracket. So you can see here, this is the formula. Now we have to select the output folder and give the file name for it. Now just give OK for starting the process. So the result is out. We have got the LST, and you can see here the maximum is around 40.83 degrees Celsius and the minimum is 19.60 degrees Celsius. So just select it and go to the option properties in order to change the color. Just right click here. I am just disabling the graphic view. Now I am going to select the temperature color scheme, just applying it here and removing the previous results. So you can see here, I'm just zooming it here, and you can find these are the settlements. I'm just visualizing based on the patterns. You can see the roads here, and you can also check the temperature out here. So once we have using this tool, identity tool, you can just click on the raster and just check the temperature here. And you can see these are the water bodies. It's around 25 degrees Celsius. And I'm also showing the vegetation fields. You can see here, these are the vegetation fields, which is having a value of 24 degrees Celsius. And it can be visually interpreted. Just go to the option Windows. Here you can find the image analysis. Just add on, and we need to add some more bands for it. So I'm going to add band 3, 4 and 5. Once we have added 3, 4 and 5, we have to just clip it together or layer stack it together. Now you can see here, You can just check here. These are the settlements regions which is having a higher temperature. You can see here. This is having a higher temperature. These are settlements area. And now we are going to go to the agriculture fields too. So you can see here, these are the agriculture fields and this is the settlement region. You can easily find the difference here. You can see here the difference. So this region is coming around 29 and you can see the agriculture fields that is around 23 degrees Celsius. So likewise you can do the land surface temperature. So if you're having any doubts, please do ask in the comment section. Thank you very much. Goodbye.